Well, hello.
Hello.
This is Jeff and Foxy with
Hello.
Final Boss Editing.
Hello.
So today we're reading
Scriptshadow.
Amateur Offerings. Now that we're both done with grad
Ooh.
school.
Be sure to post in Scriptshadow.
Ah, yes. Excellent point. She is the
And the
wise
names.
one. I knew I was forgetting something. So wise and beautiful at the same time. Fantastic. So yeah, so what? While I'm posting, I can explain what we're gonna do. So pretty much how... Okay, thank you, Discus. Thank you. So pretty much what we do is we read all the log lines. We pick 2 log lines, and we read 2 scripts. So doing a live edit of the scripts now. So yeah. Ooh, I'm liking it. King Solomon's Mines looks in the lead. Which one of the 2 is? Yes. Majin Buu rightfully says that King Solomon's Mines is one of my favorite books.
True.
H. Rider Haggard. Brian Kent, how's it going?
Hello.
But yes, Majin Buu correctly notes that I am quite predisposed to King Solomon's Mines because it's one of my favorite stories of all time. So I'm going to go ahead and download that now.
Can I at least read the thing?
Could you just not yell at me for like 2 seconds? That'd be awesome.
Somebody has to.
I'm so sorry about her, guys. I am so sorry about her. But thankfully, Fox is done with school, so for the first time in what feels like months...
I have some whiskey in here tonight.
She has some whiskey.
I'm the one drinking tonight.
Yeah, not Chase. You guys missed. You guys missed out on some very creative.
Chase was.
Yeah, you should watch our recording from last night. It's pretty hilarious. My roommate was a little bit intoxicated.
He was asking for love advice. Naturally.
Okay, let's fairly judge this last with the following. Oh my God, it's King Solomon's Mines.
No,
Very
he specifically wanted to do it because he knew it was on there.
Something to keep in mind, though, is all readers have biases. And if I was at a studio and I was reading this, I would definitely pick this as a favorite. I would definitely be biased.
Netflix just came out with a Anne of Green Gables original series, like their take on it. And it's getting bad reviews. It's very, very dark, but I'm going to watch it anyways because I love freaking Anne of Green Gables.
Until the 30th, then I start summer classes. I'm doing summer classes too. You're not. I have to start writing extremely prolifically. I'm going to be editing the whole first half of my novel, and then I'm going to be writing. No,
apparently it's really dark, Majin Buu. There's a remake on Netflix right now that just came out today.
Really dark?
But apparently it's like really focuses on like the horrors of being an orphan and like the darkness of like the Victorian era or post-Victorian, whatever.
That was actually, I think, one of the things. Oh, Jane Eyre was one of the ideas we're pitching for the radio drama.
Yeah.
So yes.
And, like in the book itself, Anne of Green Gables is very like lighthearted and like almost more like more, making fun of satirical about society at the time and like very like focused on like the beauty of life. But apparently this remake is like really dark and messed up. And, like she's almost more like, oh, she lives in her imagination because she's traumatized.
Sounds like Penny Dreadful meets Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah. Why? It came out today.
Oh wow.
I haven't seen any of it.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it.
I mean, I hear that it's like an affront to anybody who has read the books and loves them. Yeah. But I'm gonna watch it anyways.
I would call it molestation. The story you love molest. It's like the Indiana Jones in the South Park. Have you seen that? I should show real quick before.
Oh yeah, that's Brian Kent. The old miniseries. That's still like the best. I will rewatch the miniseries with Megan Follows like every other year.
It's pretty bad. So like pretty much I don't know if I should actually show it on stream because it's pretty extreme. But pretty much what happens is they think that the way like George Lucas and it's fine. But the way George Lucas and Spielberg remade the Star, like they added all this crap into Star Wars, like
and like Indiana Jones,
the dewbacks and all this stuff, and then Indiana Jones they made Crystal Skull,
right.
So everybody watched it, and everyone was like traumatized because like they were like, oh, it like raped the movie, so then they pretty much have like the movie is like all these like rape scenes from like their films, but like they're doing it like, but it's like George Lucas and Spielberg doing it to Indiana Jones, so there's like. They have them on the arcade, and they're like, squeal like a piggy, and like all this like terrible stuff. Yeah, it's really bad. But that's what happened to Indiana Jones. Anyways, we're going to read 5 log lines, and then we're going to read...
to pick one of them already we know, and then we're going to pick 2 others. One more?
Well, we can pick 2 others. We'll see how it's already getting kind of late. So. Yeah. Though it is Friday night, and, I am a man, so... I'm kind of a pansy, so actually I probably only read 2, but we'll try to read more.
So King Solomon's Mines. I don't like that one.
Avoid general phrasing. Okay, so here's some good logline advice. Avoid general phrasing describing walkthrough script. Yeah. Be specific. Yep. All right. Cool. King Solomon's Mines. Indiana Jones and Back to the Future movies are something I could watch over and over. Very true. The original Indiana Jones I do watch over and over. It's true. Instructive. It's perfect. Nearly a perfect story.
I refuse to watch the second one, though.
She does not like Temple of Doom. It terrifies her. Victorian era big game hunter Alan Quatermain leads a daring expedition to an unexplored African territory in an attempt to locate an explorer who went missing, searching for the legendary diamond mines of King Solomon. That sounds fantastic.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
I'm so sorry for her. King Solomon's Mines inspired Indiana Jones. Alan Quatermain was influential into Tintin, and then Tintin was really Indiana Jones. So this is a fundamental read for anybody. Book is crazy fast to read. Sell. Ooh, have to check that out. Temple of Doom is given away in Happy Meals by McDonald's. It's true.
Was it?
That's kind of aggressive.
Yeah. 7 English 20-somethings discover the island they're camping on has a hidden history of murder, and history has a way of repeating.
It's a little vague.
Yeah.
Don't see how it's going to be unique. So if I was the writer, I would kind of actually take this advice up here, which I think is pretty accurate. But like, what are they actually going to have to struggle against? It's hard for me to care unless I have some detail. I think that's actually true.
Stops are endless. Stuck in a perpetual psychedelic trip, a drug dealer has until midnight to retrieve stolen goods from the girl of his dreams and return them to a ruthless kingpin.
How did he get in a perpetual psychedelic trip? That seems...
Maybe he's just taking a lot of drugs, like, constantly.
What was that one movie, Crank? That was one of the most terrible movies I ever watched. Where Jason Statham had to stay, like, on coke the whole time. It just made no sense. It's one of the danger... Yeah, it's like Crank, yeah. Yeah. I don't like movies like that. Because I feel like whenever you have a hero that's constantly under the influence of... That's why alcoholic heroes don't work very well. Because when you have the hero constantly under the influence of some sort of drug, you can guarantee they're not going to be making logical choices. And it is so hard to sympathize with a character that makes illogical choices. Take care, Brian.
Oh, bye.
Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. I worked in Fear and Loathing.
Check out and read Anne of Green Gables.
Yeah, it's hard to write a character that's inebriated, so it's very risky. And like when I see an amateur script, you're gonna generally assume the execution is gonna be lower, and then when they have a character that's constantly intoxicated or whatever, I know that they are probably not gonna be able to pull it off, almost invariably. So that's why I get sad about that. I should do my little tip jar. I like the tips better than I like this thing. The tip jar is so cool because you can like drop the bits in it, which is like my favorite thing. Drop the bits. Let's do that. I thought Crank.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if he didn't have adrenaline pumping. No, that's it. That's it. Which I thought it was just so like ridiculous. But like it was like just a set piece, and there was nothing else, which I guess is what you expected. But
it's an action movie, I guess.
But there's good action movies out there. Like Indiana Jones is a great action movie.
Yeah.
I'll put this
Not everybody likes Indiana Jones.
over here, maybe. I just want people to be able to throw their little tips if they want.
Yeah, same device as speed, but internal. Yeah.
Yeah. Tips.
Just the tips.
Just the tips. And this scoots over. Sorry, I'm kind of OCD about my little OBS setup. I'm OCD about everything, which Fox will enlighten you about. So I'm going to say no to Never Stops.
Okay.
Female serial killer with a penchant for porridge stalks a true crime author. She wants to write
her life story. Huh.
A penchant for porridge. Called it. Should we put it in a room?
No, it's just fine.
Alright. Well, you have to eat that piece that she ate.
She didn't touch anything.
Oh, she didn't?
No, she was just sniffing.
Okay. Anyway, I'm on like a fat kid in dodgeball. Alright, later, Brian.
Okay, bye. Read Anne of Green Gables. It'll change your life.
Yeah, nowhere near as good as the Hudsucker proxy. Alright. Female fleeing from Cuba to Florida inside a shipping container. A pregnant young woman must fight for survival when her container falls into a sea during the storm. I'm going to go with the porridge. It seems more interesting.
Yeah.
More unique. Goldie has sold me. So, fascination.
Especially if it's played by Goldie Hawn. That'd be funny.
That is a pretty good script.
Hmm.
It's true, but I don't know. I just feel like this one seems to have a fresher angle, to be honest. I just contained thrillers when they're just in a box or in a house or in something. Like it just those to me as a reader, those are one harder to execute, and you can do them really well. Like The Shining is great contained, right? But I gave extensiveness and difficulty. Ooh, this should be interesting then. We'll see if they took your advice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I feel like contained thrillers are so hard because it gets very claustrophobic, which is like good. But then if you're only in the shipping container the whole time and you can only have so many plot things happen, so the plot just kind of like cycles through the same things over and over again. May that be the case here, but I'm so afraid of that I'm gonna go to Goldie. Because
Goldilocks, I get it.
Yeah.
Penchant for porridge, I get it. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It took me way too long.
Goldie.
Did you get it?
Yes. Okay. Goldie Smocks. All right. So let's go ahead and remove this. I'm just trolling. Fox has to put up with a lot, guys.
I was picturing like an old lady in a trailer park.
Yeah, I was thinking the Golden Girls for a second too, so that's not.
And then I was like porridge, and then it said something about fairy tale, and I was like, fairy tale.
It's okay. The amount of time it took you to get it was just right. It wasn't too long. It wasn't too cold. It was just right. Well played.
Good one, Majin.
Just keep drinking that rum, you know. Or whiskey and Coke. Yeah. Sorry. Whiskey. All right, the first one, King Solomon's. Well, actually, I want to save that for last. I want to save that for last. I get so. I'm always so like OCD. I'm like, no, I don't want to. Yeah, we went to a Mexican bakery and got the best pastries in the world.
Delightful.
As well as editors, we're also total fat kids.
Yeah, true.
Jealous. The best pastries ever. I should actually be able to show you this thing right here.
Covered in cinnamon sugar.
Cinnamon sugar.
We also have this thing with like stuff inside, and a little like
egg pastry,
egg thing. This one's my favorite, I think.
I hated the other two because they were my choices. I have to be punished for not getting the right pastries.
Well, it was good too, but this one's just like.
No, without the chain. Yeah, those are always the best. All right.
Okay.
Goldie.
Okay.
I got faith in you, Goldie. Right, I gotta. Thanks for the host, Majin. You're a kind soul.
Indeed.
Move this thing over, out of the way. I want to do this to like the compressed mode, but I don't care. It's fine. Just let it go. I'm going to zoom in just a smidge because I remember this is always hard to read. Is that better?
Canst thou read this?
Okay. Interior master bathroom. Nice.
The best place to start. Someone's taking a very hot shower. Steam on glass obscures the athletic form of a woman.
This seems very reminiscent of Psycho.
She's crying. Deep inside the veil of mist, Goldie hugs herself and weeps, while blonde hair clings to her quivering shoulders. She spreads a fresh, fat lip. Darkening bruises. Water masks her tears. Leathers not gaseous. Pink liquid pools at her feet.
And drains. Ooh, I haven't seen Bates Motel, actually.
Neither.
Psycho.
Pesco. She wails like a grieving mother, building crumbles in a heap on the wet tiles, and cries hard. Most days, I feel like a busted doll no one wants.
Standing naked before a foggy rectangular mirror, Goldie grabs a suture kit. She pushes the curved needle through her flesh, then stitches up a gash on her thigh.
You can wind me up, point me in any direction you please, and watch me perform, until I break down again.
Loop after loop of catgut slowly closes the hole. She pulls the suture taut, knots the wound shut. Interior walk-in closet day. Expensive dresses surround Goldie. So far the writing's strong. The voiceover intro gets into a little heavy on exposition, right? Because like we have a mystery, but I'm hoping for it to change out of that soon. The script was originally a short. Oof, interesting. What's up, Nightingale SGT? How are you?
And yes, you got the riddle right. Well done.
That is correct. I'll do another riddle for you. There you are. And feel free, you can just type in that command as often as you want, or writing tip, and you can just farm that as much as you like. Things I picked up over the many moons.
He's seen some stuff.
Seen some things. I'm gonna say VO opening works, but early on it's a bit of a risk since a VO implies lack of conflict. I'm going to shrink this down and weakens the hook. You still have a mystery. Should be okay, but just be aware. It's a postmodern open space. No walls, and it's a rectangular, low glass house wrapped in steel. Family portraits cover the entire top of a bureau.
Ever since I was a little girl, I've wanted to find a family I could call my very own.
In images, loving parents flank their blonde toddler, mother, father, daughter, all look so happy together. None of these Folgers Coffee sponsors Final Boss Editing. None of these Folgers. None of these Folgers now.
Oh, man.
I'll pop this out. Kappa Incorporated. Okay. Interior kitchen day. Sunlight pours through the floor-to-ceiling high windows overlooking the lush forest.
To live forever in a special place where I was wanted and everything around me was just right.
A clean table set for 3. A steaming bowl of porridge cools in the front of each mat.
What?
I don't know. Seems kind of funny.
Kitschy?
I don't know. I feel like something is not... I feel like it's the fact that it's voiceover is really weakening this intro. Because it's all just like exposition and like...
Yeah, I don't think it's needed. Like, I feel like we can figure it out.
Yeah, I would really reevaluate this opening. I feel like something seems to be... Like, I can't even really place my finger on it because it's all well written. Like, the writing is good.
Honestly, I think you can completely take the voiceover out and still get the same effect.
Yeah.
Her standing, like, with the blood, looking out the window, and then the picture without her in it, the bowls of porridge. Like, we'll figure it out at that point.
I mean, because I wonder if, like, let's say she's in this... So, like, I don't know what's happened, but let's say she's murdered all the 3 bears and she's showering off in their bathroom. And, like, then we, like, pan back through the house and you see, like, bodies. And then you, like, see, like, these family pictures. And then you see, like, the bowl. Like, you know, there's ways to do that with the action that could be really effective. I feel like the voiceover is cutting some of the suspense.
Yeah.
Somehow.
I just don't think it's needed.
Some of the things...
Especially if you're trying to have it be like a surprise, this is a Goldilocks story.
Yeah. You might pass me a little muffin.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, we also got these delicious pastries, which I love. I love pastries. I'm in love with the pastry.
I ate them in the pastry.
Uh-oh, hold on.
Uh-oh. Make a mess.
Yeah, I'm a hot mess.
You're a fat kid, bub.
The reason is because it's a short rather than an actual ocean. It books in the script with a VO at the end. I still, even if you book it, even if you bookend it with voiceover at the end, that's just echoing something that's not working, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you know, even if it's getting recurred in the end, like, I would be concerned. I feel like...
Like, if you don't need it, you don't need it. Even if it's, like...
Yeah.
If the books stay up on their own, you don't need bookends.
Yeah. It's true.
Even if you have one on each side.
Yeah?
It works sometimes, Martin, but...
In a solid number of my scripts. Yeah, it's risky, right? Because then voiceovers in the beginning of the script are almost always done wrong. They're always too expository. What I would do is I would read a few voiceover scripts, and like they're either going to be doing a few things. One is they're going to be setting up a frame, so they'll like actually be a storyteller. So like if this only comes back at the end, it's wrong. Because this is acting like a frame right now, but then there's not really, like, if we're not going to actually have this person as a storyteller walk us through this, it's going to be hard.
And I actually hate it when movies have voiceovers at the beginning and then they don't have it the whole rest of the movie until the very end. It feels really weird. It's like you think the movie is going to have a narrator, and then it doesn't until, like, the very end, and you're like, oh, right, I guess they had that at the beginning. But at that point, you're just annoyed because you got used to it without the voiceover. Yeah.
Or they do something really dramatic. So if you watch, like, Patton, well, that's not even voiceover. He's just doing a dialogue in the beginning. So there's ways to, like, make the writing really sing. And, like, that works. And, like, you also have to know that, like, this is not going to be part of the story. This is going to be highlighted for its brilliance as writing. And as, like, a spoken word thing as opposed to, like, a frame. It's, like, usually, yeah. But yeah, that's not voiceover, but like that's a fantastic example. I got like powdered sugar in my entire body from these pastries.
It's really good.
It's fantastic.
I can't stop eating that sugary one.
But yeah, but Patton it's not trying to do a setup. It's trying to be art, and it's trying to put a contrast between, or it's trying to like set up this like high story. So yeah, like that's a fantastic example. We can find it probably on YouTube. But that's not voiceover. That's actually a dialogue, but it's operating in the same sphere, where it like starts with something and then it jumps into the story right after that. And they don't relate like super heavily. Over the chairs. Okay, I kind of beat that dead horse. Goldie sits, leans forward, inhales the aroma. Her blonde hair flanks the bowl of porridge. She has a big wooden spoon in her hand. Her swollen knuckles raw and red. A glob of hot porridge lands on the bloody floor. She gulps down the thick gruel fast. Her fresh, fat lip oozes blood. Nice alliteration. Sometimes I kind of like it. Mm-hmm. Accidental alliteration is fine, but when it's actually like highlighting something, it works. It works. Fresh, fat lip.
Goldie never blinks once.
Oops. So she like walked out of the shower?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that's like her coming away. Yeah, coming out of the shower. Okay.
Yeah, still don't think we need the voice.
The bowls are empty one by one. Goldie pushes each chair into place until everything is just right. Nice callback there to the story. Goldie grabs a full backpack off a shelf. There's a teddy bear peeking out of the open top. She smiles at the stuffed toy, kisses its black button nose, then pulls out something else. It's a heart-shaped gold locket on a chain. Goldie puts on the necklace. Cheap heart nestles between her breasts. The interior living room day. Sign of a bloody violent struggle everywhere. More voiceover. Alright, so I'm going to say it's definitely problematic now. If you're on page 3 and you're still using that intro voiceover, that's probably something that needs to be reworked.
Yeah.
Or page 4. Or no, wait. Does that include the title page?
She used the same line in the last. Or she said something about wanting to make her dreams come true.
Shattered vases on varnished book tables, bloody palm dots. I would do this silently, and I would do it all in one take. Like, just have her walk by the bodies and have us like go to the porridge, and then like just make it encapsulated. I feel like this is drawing out because I feel like you're really like, oh, it's not the same Goldilocks ever. And like, here's another reason why it's not the same Goldilocks ever. And here's another reason why it's not the same Goldilocks ever. So, but the first reason works. Trust that first reason. I feel like we're just piling on, like you're trying to pile onto this shock moment, but the shock is kind of already passed. So that may be something that can be helpful. Would just be to Alright, bloody palms, okay, death and everything.
It's not easy to make your dreams come true. It takes a lot of hard work and determination. And trust me, there'll be lots of setbacks along the way. Oh, weirdy soft family culture. Okay. I don't know why people lie to themselves. I can see it's plain as day they're not happy. I try to help them, but they don't want to listen until it's too late.
Yeah, I'd agree with Majin. I think, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if she had an iodine speaking to a microphone and walked around the house and stuff, yeah.
13 Reasons Why.
Is that what the reference is? 13 Reasons Why?
That's similar.
I haven't watched 13
Reasons. She records
these
like tapes and like a lot of when she's actually like she does the voiceover, but sometimes it'll show her actually like recording it in the past.
Yeah, that's voiceover done well. Because it's factoring into the story. It's changing the outcome.
Yeah.
What's on the voiceover is changing the outcome of the story.
Yeah.
So it matters.
Completely.
But here I don't feel like that. I feel like it's just giving me context and trying to like live up this shock moment of like, hey, it's a different Goldilocks. Goldie ignores the bloody chaos, sits cross-legged on the hardwood floor of the ravaged home. She looks at the smashed family portrait, shattered glass covers, and tilted smiles. Goldie throws away the image. I don't know why people
I already did that one.
There's a busted coffee table near Goldie. Blood pools over glass shards. No 2 teeth lodged in red soup. Nearby, there's a closed laptop. Goldie sorts through a stack of mail between her legs. She rips open an envelope. Inside, there's a homemade housewarming greeting card with an adorable family photo glued to the cover. It's another family of 3 with a blonde little girl.
The same one?
Yeah.
Oh. I know deep down in my heart that the right family for me has to be out there. Somewhere.
All those big smiles seduce Goldie. It's a perfect photo. It's screaming for a Facebook post. Goldie reads the handwritten inscription aloud. Facebook post is kind of odd in there. I don't know. I would just say that's like screaming. That's just a funny detail. I think it's distracting a little bit from like this. Like it's a different tone, right? Facebook is a different tone than like a murderer. Mm-hmm. So I think that's what got me. From our family to yours.
From our family to yours. Wishing you many happy years together in your new dream home.
Too purple, yeah. It's a little too. Purple prose is when it's like overwrought. Or when they kind of are. It's like a lot. But I think a lot of it's just trusting. Because I feel like you have this great setup. I don't know if we need to. Like, I think you're over-explaining. I think the real problem here is, like, you don't trust the reader to get what you're doing. So you're just like, I know, and let me explain it to you in voiceover and also show you what's happening in the scene. And then also have a few different examples in the scene to make sure you get it.
Yeah.
I think that's what's draining the drama out of it. Because we're 4 pages in and nothing has happened. It's just her kind of wandering around a house where she killed some people.
Like, remembering about dreams and finding a family.
Yeah, and unfortunately for like jaded viewers, that's not as interesting anymore. Like, we need to see something happening at stake early. I'm gonna try to stay. Okay, sorry.
Oh, I gotta try to stay positive and not dwell on the past. To be open to new opportunities.
Not too bad, right?
No, we'll see
it grows on you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're all pretty good.
Goldie looks at the return address. It's a California.
She grabs a laptop.
Screen figures to life. Types return address. Search engine. I won't give up hope. I'll keep looking for my dream home. There's an idyllic lake house.
Is she Barbie?
Nom 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 nom. Wow. Yeah. Sound effects. Nom 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 nom.
This is a celebration.
Yeah. We're done with our school. Celebration.
Finally.
We're free at last. Free to be ourselves. Peaceful and happy.
Sleep and eat.
Happy.
Like kings.
Happy once again.
Celebrate good times come home. Yeah. I've done nothing today. Well, I took a test this morning, and then I've taken 2 naps today, Majin. 2.
You look so satisfied in your little picture, just like taking all the naps and like drizzling cookies, drizzling cookies down.
I'm so happy. I'm done with didactics forever.
Swag.
I know.
Freedom.
No more tests.
The cat.
No
That's
more
awesome.
teachers,
That's an awesome emoji.
No more paper, no more books, no more teachers' dirty books.
Crazy. The girl in a box. She's
okay.
Okay, it's an idyllic lighthouse in the woods. Goldie keys the sender's name to a search engine. Non-fiction writer, true crime, girl in a box.
Dissection of a psychopath.
You won't be able to forget Sarah Benson's insights into a broken mind. No matter
how hard you try.
Goldie grins. She's borderline euphoric, like she just won the lottery, and it's time to claim her prize.
Perfect family, and the perfect writer to tell my story. Sarah Berenson, you're gonna be my happily ever after. No.
I think it's a little too much shown. I think we don't need to be. You don't need to tell us her goal. So this is one thing that's tough, and it's a tough balance, because in some stories you kind of do, and some stories you don't. But in this one, I don't know if you need to tell me her goal. I think you can have us just be along for the ride for a little bit until we figure it out.
Yeah. Plus, I think it's fairly, like, what she's going to do next is straightforward. Why might not be clear yet without the voiceover, but that's part of, like, the mystery.
Yeah. Yeah. And
I almost think you need that mystery.
Not the why behind it, just yeah. I really agree with Fox's point. I think the why is definitely way too much. Like, you don't want to tell us that she wants her to tell her story.
Right. Like, just her looking at this person, this writer's name, and, like, smiling creepily. We're like, okay, we know she's gonna, like, go find this woman. We don't know why. But that'll, like, keep us interested.
Because the short was conceived as something that hinted to the greater story. Yeah, even though it started as a short, like, it should have been rewritten. Like, because I feel like this is where the short would have ended, right? It's like, ooh, Goldilocks bad. She's gonna go do some crazy stuff. But I feel like what works in a short and what works in a longer piece of fiction is drastically different.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to, like, go. If you're gonna convert a short into a long piece of fiction, you have to, like, knock out the studs, quite literally. And, like, the only things you keep are, like, maybe a few really great moments, but not style elements. Like, not execution level. Like you'll keep a character or, like, a scene you want to keep when you're expanding out something, but, like, the shorthand you used in a short, when you're expanding it out, like, the style and how you're executing is going to be vastly different. Goldie opens the microwave. She stuffs the laptop in a stack bottle. Microwave beeps to life. Goldie leaves. Cell phones, laptops, tablets rotate. Doesn't take long for them to crackle and bubble. The iPhone shudders and pops. A bloated tick. What's left of the laptop melts in the microwave. Sparks flit across the chamber. Goldie exits through the oversized oak doors. They clunk shut behind her. She strides down the doorway. Flat tires and shattered window. Dried blood cakes the closed door, so all her wreckage. Goldie walks behind the carnage. So we've already had a few walking through my wreckage moments. I feel like that's one of the issues I think I'm seeing here. Don't repeat moments.
Yeah, it's just, like, repetitive.
Yeah.
Agreed, Majin. It's like, okay, yes, carnage, mess, there's a mess, there's glass, there's this, there's carnage, there's a backpack, there's a teddy bear, there's...
Yeah, and that's just trust the reader. You only need to show them once. Yeah. Only need to show them once. I mean,
especially when reading.
Yeah. I mean, like, you have this badass walking down the stairs of a house that she's destroyed. You don't need to go out and see the car. You don't need to go out and, like, cook the laptop. I mean, that's cool, but...
Like, again, show the teddy bear and the...
Yep. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Totally agree.
Maybe 2 pages.
Yeah. Grim wags his long ivory tail. Goldie drops her knees, covers her submissive pooch.
Grim, plots.
She's German. Lol. Oh my god. Are you telling me that Fox is Goldilocks?
Hell yeah, I am. I have gold hair.
Goldie Fox?
Goldie Fox. And the one bear.
Oh, she's gonna kill me.
Braverund, so is brav. Foxy Locks.
Foxy Locks!
Grim marks his long ivory tail, lines up Goldie, shows at his bloody face. Buzz at his bloody. Stuck in his jaw. It's a chunk of safety glass.
It's time to pay our final respects. Third green canopy, 3 shallow graves, all filled in, 2 adult size, 1 just the right size for a little blonde girl. Goldie smiles down at the smile. I don't know how it would. Little blonde girl seems too specific. I would just say just the right size for a girl. A little girl. Yeah, blonde. It's like, how do you know blonde? Goldie smiles down the smallest mound of earth. She pulls a teddy bear out of her backpack. Bear's torso is stuffed with blood. Speckled with blood. Goldie suddenly sets the stuff toward the child's grave. Sweet dreams, baby bear. Sorry, that was your line.
Sweet dreams, baby bear.
Is that your imitation of my Goldilocks voice? It's beautiful. Stirring. A moment of silence, and Goldie rises to her feet. She wipes the dirt off her knees, walks away from the graves. Grim watches her leave, then lifts his leg up and pisses on the kid's grave.
Grim, come.
Foxy doing boss doing walks. Yeah.
Boss is scared now. Terrified.
Kill Fox.
Yeah.
Kill Bill Fox.
Kill Boss.
Creepy Kill Bill music is creepy.
Kill Boss.
You are correct.
Kill Boss.
What? Kill Boss?
Kill Boss.
Does that mean I'm Bill? Just that total stud. Hey there, it's Bill.
I'm gonna do the 5 fingers of death.
Oh. Rip. You smell like bourbon.
Because I'm drinking bourbon.
This is like 2 back-to-back nights with like drunk people on my stream. This is awesome.
I'm not drunk, though.
No, she's not. She's still in possession of her faculties.
Yeah, I'm not.
For now.
Chase was at another level.
Yeah, poor guy.
Really
He had a long day.
Yeah,
He had a long day. He needed He needed to get drunk. It's good.
Yeah, that's why I have this.
Every day at 5 stars is a long day.
I had a long week.
Yes. Groom catches up to his mistress. Okay, doodly doop. Exterior forest day. The landscape smothered in a thick canopy of trees. The distant sound of chainsaws echo through the valley.
In every fairy tale I've ever read, the hero has to find their own path to make their dreams come true.
Not creepy at all, Goldie.
Mm-hmm.
The blade of a machete cleaves thick branches in half. Chainsaw hype. Goldie steps out of the woods into the sunlight. Scrivettus Road features the same saw. Goldie smiles and admires the majestic view, looks down at the rolling hills and green flatlands. There's a logging camp. This is the amount of logs I've read in screenplays recently.
I was just thinking that. I'm like, where's Smish?
Yeah, where's Smish? We need the log. What kind of onomatopoeia does a chainsaw make? Yeah, there we go. I think Buzz works.
BRZ.
Graham stands next to Goldie. He sniffs and licks his chops.
What do you smell?
You should do it in the German Goldilocks accent.
What do you smell?
There you go. Mein Pooch. There's my little doggy.
I'll eat this whole thing. Do you care?
I'll have a little bit.
Right, well, have some then.
No. It's finals week. You can go wherever you want. We're just going to go on a long...
I had a small lunch today.
I know.
This is my lunch.
It's okay. Giving you a hard time.
Yeah, you better. Not.
Okay.
Okay.
You can have the rest.
Okay.
We've been pretty unhealthy today, if it's not obvious by me stuffing my face with cookies.
I have a plate full of pastries.
Live free, die hard, mother lovers. Mm-hmm. What's up, little Miss Bunny?
Hello, Miss Bunny.
How's it going? How's life? Welcome back. I'm going to be the sober one again tonight. Oh, I'm going to drink a little bit of her booze. Woo! It's got some whiskey in there. Confirmed. Myth busted, mother lovers. Let's go for a ride.
Ambient walrus.
Yeah, ambient walrus. Vroom. Yeah, vroom vroom. There's an old west hitching post out in front of the horses, but the only beast tethered to the log right now is Grim. The white shepherd lays in front of a bowl full of juicy ribeye steaks. Grim gleefully strips red meat off the bones.
Oh, but you won't get too far on your quest with an empty stomach. Yeah, I don't like this voiceover.
A temporary saloon. Is that voiceover or is she talking to the dog?
Voiceover.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Delete it.
Maybe it was supposed to be a real one.
Most guys are still in their dirty work gear. If you've written so much voiceover that you accidentally write real dialogue as voiceover, you had too much voiceover.
True.
If your program starts defaulting to voiceover because it's like, oh, there's no real dialogue, it should be voiceover. No. I clean. No, not the end of the world. That's an easy fix. I would just take a one of the best pieces of advice is for early drafts I've received is don't revise, especially on screenplays. rewrite. So pretend like you wrote it on a typewriter and rewrite the whole thing. It'll make you feel more safe making bigger changes. And just pretend like it's a typewriter and you have to do it. Print it out, make all your notes, and do it. Nightingale, what's up? Somewhere behind the bar, the roar of gas engines and for the cheers of men in the night. Who are they cheering for? Peter 20 has to go now. Axe over at the White Shepherd. His hand rests on the wooden handle of his trusty axe. What's all the fuss about, boy? Peter have a really dumb voice. Resident Evil fan, what up? How's it going?
Just say hi to me. Ha.
Nobody cares about Boss. They just care about Foxy Lady. It's not fair. I have feelings.
I'm the real star of the show.
I have Boss feelings. All the Boss feelings. There are legitimately 3. You can ask Fox. I am emotionally empty.
Brooding?
I'm here for Foxy Lady. Rude.
Yeah.
It's not that, Boss. Everybody knows you're the final boss.
I'm the
Thank
second
you.
to final.
She's the mini boss.
Semi-final.
She's the mini boss.
Oh, yay.
The mini
boss
boss.
editing.
Mini boss. You gotta deal with Foxy first.
Yeah.
She pulls up the slices. I know. This is disgusting. We're gross.
I know.
Gross.
Ew.
She pulls up on the saw and slices through the second section of the wood. Okay. Behind the lodge. Goldie wearing safety chaps with his large customized cane saw and is big enough for a dirt bike. So just be aware. Become like a dog. It's true. We're 2 mutual bosses. Exactly.
Different dungeons.
Different dungeons. So one thing to be aware of as the writer is whenever you write a lot of action, your screenplay is going to be more than a minute a page.
Yeah.
Dialogue, like if it's a page of dialogue, it's going to go in like 40 seconds. If it's a page of action, it's going to go in like 1 to 2 minutes a page. So this is really further than 10 minutes. This is like 10, 15 minutes in the screenplay at this point. Because you've only had this like bars of action. So I would really start to think about how to trim this down. Because like I don't know why she's at I thought she was going to go get this writer lady. Why is she going to like a freaking lumber yard? Like what? So like that lack of compression is probably making me skip over those details that are going to give this context.
Let's just make it short. Like there doesn't need to be that much detail.
Yeah, especially if this is transitional.
Yeah.
Page 8.
I feel like all these details are things you can add in when you actually like make the movie. Right?
Yeah, you don't need to have. So I like that you have her having clothes, like describing, but you only really need to describe clothes once. And the only reason you do it is to give a sense of the character, unless it's absolutely critical for the scene. Or it's like his torn shirt is like bloody, that's fine. But like the first time you describe a character, it's usually a good idea to be like, he's wearing a leather jacket and has sunglasses on. Like, that's a different character than someone who has, like, a handful of books and, like, little, like, spectacles. Like, very different, right? Like, so that's the only point of, like, describing clothes for their own sake, is so it can reflect on the character and give the reader a hint, an in-scene hint about who this person is. Unless it's critical. Like, you have to be wearing, like, safety chaps is one thing, but I don't really care. Like, she can just be wielding a chainsaw. Who cares? Engine's big enough for a dirt bike. Exhaust from tons of loggers. Watch Goldie pull start the saw. The engine roars to life. Like a handheld motorcycle, Goldie guns the throttle, fillets the log in seconds. She pulls down the saw. The drunken, horny loggers? Like, why are there loggers like,
yeah, we don't need that much info on, like, her slicing a second section of the wood and then powering it off and spewing smoky... It's like, okay, she slices through wood. She slices through another one. Drunk, horny loggers cheer for her.
Yep. Fox
Especially
knows.
Peter.
Especially Peter.
That's it.
Rusty axes and busted chainsaws memorialize generations of the dead on the walls. Drop lights wrapped around vintage bear traps. Okay, blah, 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 blah.
I feel like it's like a novel.
Yeah, it is very novel-y. Where are you headed? Visit a friend? She a fun friend? No.
Wait.
Oh, sorry. I was in the zone.
So you did Peter.
Okay. So where are you headed?
To visit a friend.
She a fun friend? Yeah, it's German.
No.
Then why are you going to see her?
Because she makes my hair bad.
What's her problem?
She don't want to know.
Sure I do. Come on, tell me.
If I tell you about her, I might have to gut you later.
Yeah.
Terrible German.
That's good. What are you talking about? So the dialogue here is very on the nose because there's no conflict. Where are you going? See a friend. She a good friend? No. Why are you going to see her? A lot of questions. Usually, like, look at Peter's dialogue. Every single line. I think even the previous one. Every single line of Peter's dialogue so far has been a question. That means that Peter's an exposition farm, which is what you don't want him to be. The first statement he says is like, sure I do, come on, tell me about this question, answer the question. And then he's like, I'll risk it. Okay. But like, you know, this is indicative of this scene not being necessary. And I don't really know, like, I'm really having a hard time figuring out how this logger section fits into her murdering a house. I
feel like he's going to come in later, but, like, there's a better way to introduce him.
Yeah, I mean...
short and sweet.
Yeah.
And make him not just exposition-y in the dialogue.
Yeah, I mean, that is, like, lots of questions. Questions suggests that dialogue has lost conflict and is becoming expository. Not guaranteed, like maybe it's still like working great or whatever, but I do feel like there's a little bit, a few issues here. Cat Dog, what's up?
Hi, Cat Dog.
How you doing, homie? How's life?
Editing, yes, the final boss editing.
At long last, we've returned.
Indeed.
Cat Dog with all his, like, badges.
I know. He's a moderator now.
He's a moderator, he's a cheer guy. It's the big life.
Alright.
A contemporary home with too many windows. Logs embedded in the exterior walls are ornamental, not just finished playing OW. Nice. Sweet. We're good. I was so sad after my OW game last night. I just got totally spanked.
You did.
It was very bad.
But I finished finals.
Finalmente. Finished finals too. I'm done with school as well.
Yay. So yeah.
Team finished with class.
Celebratory, yeah. I'm gonna need like 3 days of sleep to catch up.
I'm sure you will be sure to get them.
How
you doing?
Good.
She's already had her nightcap, so she's slowly fading away.
I've already had 2 naps, too.
And 2 naps. And boss, apparently. Yes, indeed. We are thrilled. But the biggest problem here is that none of the scenes so far have had, and we're on page 10, no conflict. There's no goal opposition. Goal opposition. I want this. Someone is stopping me from getting it. And that has not happened once in the first 10 pages. Your writing is great. Like, the prose is pops. The prose is good. It's a little bit overdone, but it's not bad. So you have to, like, build scenes, build something happening. Like, I think that's, like, really hamstringing the story, which seems like such a vivid concept.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Should we read one
Sit
more?
back from the house. Yeah, we'll read one more page. Interior lake house day. Much more cozy open house. Structure. Disheveled stuff. Old sofa. Okay, so this is the lady that she is, going to talk to now.
30s. Runs her hand through her blonde hair.
Should I be Sarah or Lily? Which woman should I be?
You be Lily.
Okay.
Lily, I'm not being unreasonable. The paperback sales alone.
all through the floor now. It's been too long since Girl in the Box. You're out of circulation, Sarah. Oh, yeah.
Around Sarah's feet, a black cat mews. She ignores the feline. Give me another extension. I know I can finish the new book. I just need a little more time.
As your agent and your friend, I'm advising you to give the cash advance back to the publisher.
I used it all to finance Todd's new office. We can't even afford to finish the guest cottage. It looks like a plastic wrap nightmare.
This, just a heads up, is also still very expository. This writing in this dialogue section is very much as you know. You know, it's the as you know dialogue. I'm not being the paperback seals are, as you know, really bad. And it's been too long. As you know, it's been too long since through the box. As you know, you're out of circulation, Sarah. Give me another extension. I can finish the book. That's good. It's a goal. I'm advising you to give the cash back to the publisher. This is good. I think we don't need all this stuff up here. Right? Because then we can start with this. Because we know publisher, okay, book. I use it all to finance Todd's office. I can't even afford to finish the guest cottage. Looks like the pasta wrap nightmare. Okay, we had a good run. So don't take it personal. Yeah, page 11, beware of, as you know, dialogue. Moments like these.
Right?
Yeah, oh yeah, you're right. Risk too much exposition before the conflict has ramped up. So you do what's good in this scene is you do have the potential for conflict, which is, this disagreement between her and her publisher that one of them thinks you should do this and one of them don't. You may want to add stakes because right now I don't really care. I don't know who this person is. I'm just like, I guess she could do whatever she wants because she hasn't finished her nice house. But that's good. I think it's a start. Then you want to do like Scriptshadow says, goal, stakes, urgency. Every scene, every single scene. An opposition. Simple things of life. We had a good run, so don't take it personally when I tell you that your viability as a client is shit.
I know it's a lot of money, Lily, but after the Architectural Digest feature comes out, clients will be lining up to hire Todd.
You want some unsolicited advice from your soon-to-be ex-agent.
Sure.
Go make a wish list. 5 things you want to change about yourself.
5 things? What kind of things?
Anything you want.
Okay, then what?
Then fucking burn it, because wishes are for losers and no one's gonna wave a magic wand over your career and save it, Sarah. Oh, it's over the phone? It's not in person? Oh, it's so much worse. Oh, yeah.
That's right, it's a VO. And that should be VO if it's still VO.
Well, actually, she should only do it on the first one. Usually. Because, like, after the first one, if the scene hasn't changed, the reader gets it. And they're like, okay, she's on the phone. So you only need VO here. Everything else can be normal. Or over phone, OS, off screen. Phone convos are less than in person. Why shouldn't they be in the same room? I mean, maybe somebody's going to come in. What's black when you get it, red when you use it, and right when you're all through with it? That is right, cat dog.
Correct.
You are absolutely right.
Well done.
When young, I'm sweet in the sun. I make you glad. When old, I am valued more than ever.
Wine. Yeah.
Pretty sure it's wine, but yeah. I want to double check. I think it's grapes.
Well, grapes become wine.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever.
No, wine is right.
No, you're right. It was right. It was wine.
No.
I was wrong.
No, he was wrong, yeah.
Like always. But
hello, darkness, my old friend.
You're a goon.
Yep.
Always right, cat dog. You win again at last.
Yes, well done. Many congratulations.
Many happy returns. Alright. Let's see. Yeah.
Alright, next. Okay.
Okay, yeah, so the voiceovers you only need, I'm just going to put that note in, just so you know. Page 11, in phone conversations, usually only need a OS or VO. Well, it would be OS, because it's off-screen, it's not actually voiceover. Tag on the first one. Because voiceover is like a disembodied voice. If something's interacting with the scene, it's usually going to be off-screen sounds. I still don't think this is... You really got to get to your story. I feel like I'm waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, I would agree.
I feel like even in your setup, there should be things happening, conflict, drama. I feel a little bit worried about that, to be honest. I feel like it has such good potential. I love the log line. It was so good.
Can someone use mine, please?
Yeah. All right. The good. Great writing overall. I'm gonna space this down so you guys can see. Great writing overall. Style and prose were solid. What else was working?
It's interesting concept.
Yeah.
Good. Good twist on an old classic.
Don't repeat moments. So yeah, improves. We improve. Don't repeat moments. We get it the first time. Let's say conflict.
Conflict.
Yeah. What?
First one's a conflict.
Conflict.
Jean Valjean was a conflict.
Jean Valjean the conflict. Yeah, we need these scenes to have goal, opposition, cycles, and VO is pushing you towards more yeah, I mean, voiceover is inherently going to make your scenes more boring because it's always taking you away from the scene. Yeah, I think other stuff is pretty much in the notes up here. But good work. I mean, you have this great writing. I feel like your style is really there.
Yeah.
But it's just this, just need to work on your scenes. Make every scene pop. Like, no scene can be just to tell me about something. It can never be that. It always has to be something important to the story is happening, and you'll also learn something. Like, every scene, if it doesn't happen, needs to change the outcome of the story. Like, that's one of the screenwriting principles, is every scene has to somehow contribute to the climactic moment of the story. And if it goes a different way, it's ideal, obviously, because you're never going to be perfect. But, like, if the scene turned out differently, that climax wouldn't have happened, or it will happen differently. Very, very importante. Okay. King Solomon's Mines.
Are you excited?
So excited.
I've been waiting for this his whole life.
Favorite freaking story. Don't ruin it. Well, that's the thing. So one thing to think about, too, as a early stage writer, adapt a famous novel. It's like the plot's already there. They've already done great scene work. I bet this is going to win. Maybe, I don't know what the proportion is, but I'm sure H. Rider Haggard's skill is also helping this screenplay as much as the writer's skill. You really have two writers here doing good work together, and one of them is a professional, obviously. So it's really not a bad idea to look for these, like, public domain stories, and just because from what it read in the logline, it's not different than the movie. It's just the story, which is a little bit of a risk because there's already a movie. There's already a King Solomon's Mines movie.
Mm-hmm. I think they mention it.
Yeah.
Even though the book has been filmed, the last was released in '85. Now would be a good time to reintroduce.
Yeah. So one risk is that he's not taking any risks, right? He's executing the same story. It's an effective story. It's a great story. You see in Goldilocks, he took a lot of risks, but then that obviously shifted some of the story's power away from the original writer, away from the fairy tale writer. And then, the... Okay, should I?
Powdered sugar. On my shirt.
I'll tilt it upwards.
Okay. Outside.
Excuse me, I just gotta get this powdered sugar off. Oh my!
Suddenly was like, oh, it's like all down my.
Ma'am, give me your paw.
Wait.
Exposing yourself to the internet, not allowed.
That babe.
Nope. No.
He's so mean.
I know, I'm cruel. But yeah, so a exact adaptation is tough because you're like, okay, well, what is going to be added? That's going to be my question. And like, you can do an exact adaptation and bring your voice in.
You can't really have everything unless it's like a short story. Like, what are you going to leave out? What are you going to?
Yeah.
How are you going to adapt first?
I'm looking for what makes this. Different from the novel, other movie, and all other So this is what I'm asking on page 1 as the reader. What's your voice? What are you bringing to this story? How is it different? How is it unique? Because I think that's the biggest risk I can think about. Fade in. African landscape. Down. The sun rises over... I'm going to get some water.
Okay.
Yeah, you might hold this for a sec. No exposing yourself.
Come on. Yeah. He's so lame, right?
I know.
But babe, what if I want to?
I mean, I guess that's fine.
Just kidding. I might go to the bathroom, actually.
Yeah. Do you want me to wait? I can just talk about random writing stuff.
Yeah, do it.
All right. One writing question. What's one question you have about writing? One thing that you've been struggling with? We'll talk about it. Boss Pete a little. On the first slug line, indeed. So excited. Freaking love this story. Man, I just want it to be good, man. Yeah, that tip was from Scriptshadow. I should credit it, but yeah. Be sure to check out Scriptshadow. They're always good. Good writing tips for all. Hello, cat. You're causing trouble. Nymeria, the cat here, who is, I don't know if you can see him. See her over there. Yeah, this is causing ruckus. The evil cat, Nymeria. Causing ruckus. Hello, Katata Fish. But yeah, feel free to type in any writing questions, anything that are interesting, anything you want to talk about. And then we're going to launch into this histoire. Let's do it. You morphed into huh?
Fox.
You morphed into
glasses on.
Ooh, this. I was just seeing the random Twitter people. How random. When you get around, yeah. When will you get around to reading one of mine? Soon. Actually, probably not too soon. Because because we do have a long queue that I've let build up over my grad school. It's probably in like a month or two. If we do an edit every weekend, like a month or two.
All right.
African landscape done. The sun rises over a majestic African landscape of open grassland scattered with isolated acacia trees. Superimposed Cape Colony, South Africa, 1885. You can just write super usually. Ooh, cat. Sounds like she needs to go in the room. Oh, wow. What a little brat. Discipline. That's what she does to me.
Yeah, that's a bad girl.
Yeah, she knew exactly what she was doing. She's like running. She's like, nope.
She thought it.
What a little brat.
I know. Even though, like, usually when she sees me coming, she'll jump down. But she's still up there.
Ooh, man.
Trouble.
The price the doting mother pays.
She's in trouble. Okay.
Yeah, that cat got in some deep doo-doo. Ooh, see a little voiceover action in one. Nice. I'm curious. Is voiceover so risky? I'm almost gonna, I don't know. I'm very rarely in non-professional scripts, and even in a lot of professional scripts, have I ever seen voiceover ever done well.
It's true.
I'm gonna say that.
It's tough.
It's really tough.
It's usually unnecessary.
Yeah. It usually is a fear tactic where the writer is like, I'm afraid it's not going to be clear. Or, or they really want to build an epic scope and they're like, in the world of Elandria, in the days of yore.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh. But I'd rather get into the story. So, like, you almost want to get into the characters in the story first before you do the world building stuff. So that's possible. Doing like in the world of the West and the days
1800 years ago.
Yeah.
It's a history lesson.
But then you don't care until you get there. So then it's just like random blah 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 until you find a character you like. And then it matters. So then usually what smart people do is you look at Brandon Sanderson's books. He starts with these characters, these very relatable characters. This girl that's like in a thieving crew and they're beating up on her and you care. You're like, well, why are they beating up on this poor little girl? And then you can learn about, like, in the land of yore, there were 4 metals that granted power.
Yeah.
And, then you can get all that stuff and you'll care. But until you find a character, the character is the first priority. You have to get to a character that people give a crap about.
That's true.
The sun rises over the majestic landscape. Okay.
Thicker part of the savannah with dense trees, tall shrubs, come with the chirping, screeching sounds of exotic monkeys, birds, cicadas. Springbok, drink from a watering hole to a distance. Double barrels of a big bore .5 caliber rifle slide into view. It's followed by the bearded face of Alan Quaterman. Excuse me. What's that?
Oh, this was Wordwin's. Sorry, this is Wordwin's post that he made. What if your precision is great enough that you're not sacrificing performance entertainment as well? I think that's possible, but it takes a lot of revisions.
Can I see what he posted? I didn't see it.
It's like that pick two.
Oh, performance, provision, entertainment. Finishing the bloody thing. Not cringing when you read it for the 20th time. Enjoying the thing. Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
Old Wordwin. Very wise.
I like that. Not cringing when you read it for the 20th time. That's the trick, isn't it? Ooh.
Then you have Peter Jackson's Fellowship of the Ring voiceover. That's true, but he was working with an established property. And everyone knows the Lord of the Rings story. So they would be very patient with Peter Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
So that he could do it because he had like a theater full of fans who just have been chewing their finger. Like, I don't want to watch the animated Lord of the Rings anymore. It's so dumb. It's only one movie. It's not 3.
There was an animated?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
80s, 70s one.
Yeesh.
That's true. So I think he got away with it because that was like Tolkien's story. And that's the way Tolkien told it, where he was like, I'm going to make the world come first. The world is the thing that I care about. The story is also important. He was very like adamant about that, but he cared a ton about his world.
That's true.
But I mean, if you think, anybody in modern fiction is building worlds as good as Tolkien, except for like Brandon Sanderson, who for one of his books has been very extensive about it. He's written like novels outside of that novel, then I would say that's risky. That's true. You got everything is epic as hell. That's true. But it was short. Like, it's like a minute. Like, it's just like, this is a ring. There are 5 to men, 9 to dwarves, and the one ring. Boom, Frodo.
Yep.
Like,
it's not like 8 pages.
It's not 8 pages.
And the voiceover, yeah.
Yeah. The most ultimate plot device of all time. It's true. The one ring.
So we're on Alan Quarterman, 42. Rugged man dressed in khaki and a wide-rimmed hat, his skin permanently tanned under decades of equatorial sun, lowers his rifle, gestures forward. 2 Zulu guides. Step
out of the bushes behind him.
Is it weird? Are they supposed to be separated like that?
It's kind of weird. Probably not necessary, but it's probably okay.
Cool. Step off from the bush. Kwanere, 28, and Kiva, 16, both with an Sege spear in hand. Rich male tourists loudly stumble out next, each wearing a suit, lugging a rifle, slapping mosquitoes. So yeah, that's good. Showing, not telling.
Mm-hmm.
Alan lowers his rifle, because otherwise we wouldn't know they were tourists. Lowers his rifle to party makes to the brush, tall mountains towering like cathedrals. Come to a clearing, holds up his hand. Herd of elephants.
Maybe that is true. 7 pages long. But proportional size to that script, which is also breaking a terrible rule. That script must have been... Fellowship's script must have been like, God knows how many. 173 pages.
Wow. That's just the first one.
I mean, think about that. Percent.
Yeesh.
Staggering. Isildur, the King of Gondor. I think, was this in Fellowship?
Yeah.
Even the Isildur stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. But I mean, it's also recapping an entire book, which was The Hobbit. It doesn't even have Tom Bombadil.
I know.
What the crap? It's actually
Bombadil's
Chase
the
was
best.
talking about Tom Bombadil last night, strangely enough. He was like, one thing I missed was freaking Tom Bombadil.
Me too. That was the thing that got me really into the book. I was like, Tom Bombadil was badass.
Yeah.
Like, once I got to him, I was like, this is going to be a good book.
Yeah, it's true. He's such a beast.
Yeah.
Okay, the 7-ton behemoth. Okay, herd of elephants. Tourists look up, their eyes go wide at the sight of the magnificent giants.
Where are you? Okay, cool, sorry.
So they're going on an elephant hunt.
There's a flow of grass, the gulls that drift in the air to the direction of the wind. Spread a few paces apart. Raise their rifles, taking boom, boom. Yeah, I got him.
And realize that only to frown to freshly lower it. Haven't you had enough? You have your prize.
I think I missed mine.
You see the herd as they rallied around a bottle of fallen comrade, began nudging him with their tusks in a human-like display of emotion.
What are they doing?
Trying to get him back up. Noble fools. Hold on. Ellen aims his rifle into the air and fires twice. The elephant trumpet again and scatters in all directions. Leads the hunting party.
Monster. I don't like him.
He's scaring him away.
I know, but why are they shooting elephants?
Yeah, it is hard to make. No,
Maybe
it's not. In like the 20.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
like combat. It's like pith helmets and like, oh, good heavens, where's our pipes and our whiskey brandy?
Like the guy in Jumanji.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's pretty much, Alan Quartermain is the guy in Jumanji.
Yeah, that's what I'm picturing.
Yeah, but it's one question it does bring up is you're doing a good job of trying to make him sympathetic. Yeah, I mean he's too like a little still too complicit. Like
well, here it gets better.
Yeah. All right, be tourist number 1.
Look at this. The lads back home will never believe me.
Let's zoom this in a little bit here. Nope.
Alan only sadly rests a hand on the dead animal. We get the sense he's not someone who enjoys his job.
Coeli and Kava stay to the ground, filling a thick trail of fresh blood. Lava, Magazan lava.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Thanks.
Lava.
Lava.
Your way with language
lots of chat.
is just really astounding.
Lots of chat.
Oh, wow. Oh.
Never even to say the history of my life. The Tom Bombadil got in the Lord of the Rings. Definitely do we see old school safari. It's kill the cat. Yeah. Making the save the cat super hard. Yeah.
Tom Bombadil was awesome.
It's true.
Don't you say a darn word against Tom Bombadil.
It's true.
He saved them. They would have died in the freaking barrows, okay?
Yeah, the Barrow Downs. Tom clutching Barrow Downs.
Saved them from the willow tree. Mean old Mr. Willow. They would have been dead.
They would have.
And he wasn't even tempted by that silly ring. He was the real OP of that whole story. He's the only one that just did not give a crap about it. He was by far the most powerful player
in the game.
In the whole game.
He's the biggest pimp in the game. Him and
Goldberry.
Goldberry? Is that you?
Yeah, you're Tom. Whole Tom Bombadil. Little song.
Yeah, good old Tolkien.
He was OP, yeah.
He was a mod. That's the truth.
Jinx.
Admin. Damn it, time to go.
What's wrong?
You bloody idiot, I told you to aim carefully. One elephant is dangerous enough, but one that's wounded. We suddenly hear a thunderous crash.
The massive bull elephant explodes out of the trees. Trumpeting definitely swinging a small guitar. So it charges him in a testosterone-driven range.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Sounds like my Saturday.
Yeah. Tourists turn in terror and run for their lives.
Never put Dumbo in a corner.
Yeah. Alan immediately jams his big bore rifle to his shoulder, pulls the trigger, click, breaks the rifle open off the discuss plane. Alan slides in 2 new shells, slams the action shut, pulls already right over him, wham. Pulls him away from the elephant's path just before it roars by.
He recovers his rifle and swings it to the elephant. Kaboom.
It's a lot of action, too.
Yeah, I don't know if we need as much. I don't know if we need a full play-by-play. Just summing up a few big moments would probably be fine.
Cornelie! Yeah, one line each.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's also like, it's just, I feel like he's trying to get away. Yeah, cut down the writing half. Well, one thing too is it's like, I feel like there's this rule, which is a true rule, that like you shouldn't have action lines more than 4 long, or else it's just a block of text. But this to me feels like he's just like, okay, cool, I'm just gonna chop him into bits. Like, but you know, you want, like, let's just look at how I would edit this. A massive bull elephant explodes through the trees. Tumbling definitely and swinging along every tusk, it charges it. I would just say it charges them. Like, well, explodes out of the tree, or I think the bull elephant charges them. Like, explodes out of the trees, charging at them.
Yeah.
The tourists run. Like, this is all extra.
Closes in on Alan. Cornelie jumps in the way.
Yeah, so then Alan loads his,
tries to fire.
I would just be like, Alan struggles to load his rifle, but Cornelie, halfway through, Cornelie slams into him. Boof. And then, you know, Alan tumbles to the ground. Yeah, a lot of over stuff here.
It's getting a little novel-y.
Yeah, a little novel-y. Yeah, I would say that. Which makes sense because you probably are a big fan of the novel. You probably have some of those novel writing propensities, so beware. It's a different form. It's hard for me. When I moved from screenplays to novels, I had a similar problem. All my screenplays sounded like, or all my novels sounded like screenplays. So it's okay. It's not the end of the world. It just takes a rewrite.
Yep.
I enjoy about it using too much description. Yep. Yep. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so Cornelia died.
Oh, Cornelia.
Cornelia!
Alan sadly kneels down by Cornelia and removes a beaded necklace from her neck. She grasps it tightly. It's kind of weird because Alan seems to have the same reaction to like a dead elephant and a dead like person.
Yeah.
Where he's just like, yes.
It's very sad.
He lays his hand on them. They're like, no.
I guess he's seen hard living.
Yeah, he's like, I knew you, Cornelia.
Like just like the elephant, you too pass into the abyss.
Yeah, just something to note. That's kind of a funny one. Yes, battery power at some god awful lowness.
Is that Duncan?
Oh yeah, Duncan's drinking. Ricky Ross.
Friday night.
Everyone's getting their shenanigans.
That was my shenanigans. That was it.
It was a crazy Friday night, Danielle.
Pretty nuts.
Dial it down. What if the opening was Alan giving a voiceover? Just describing the entire scene. I was out getting elephants, killing them. Yeah, I don't know. I would say no.
No.
I would say
it's gonna be a hard pass. That's a no for me.
Alan smoking a pipe with the rifle on his lap, sings to the tourists in the boat. Good. This was a good cut. We don't need all this connecting tissue. We can get next to the next thing. Yeah, I'm gonna write that in. Good cut on page 4.
Focus on the good. Final Boss Editing is live. I hate that guy.
What?
Final Boss Editing, he's live.
What?
I hate him.
Like that Facebook girl.
Huh?
My one Facebook like on finalbossediting.com.
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't know if it's shut up. Oh yeah, there it is.
I should post my Facebook.
I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna go thankful.
Whoa, they're so different now.
I think it's just for Mother's Day.
Thankful. You're so basic.
Hashtag blessed. Blessed by Final Boss.
Smoking boat sits next to the tourists. Back of a boat heading downriver. Kiva and more Zulu guides are on sides. On one of the sides of the riverbank, hippos lounge, crocodiles, packed tusk. That's you, tourist number 1.
Excuse me,
I would just go ahead and name tourist number 1. At a certain point, yeah.
I think you can have numbers if they have like one line.
Yeah.
But once they're in it for like a couple pages, right?
Yeah. Like you can do like guard 1.
Yeah. Weasley tourist.
Yeah.
Ron Weasley?
Weasley.
Ron Weasley.
Filthy Weasley. Weasleby.
I think this big fellow of mine would break a record call to me.
Alan looks into his number 1 in utter disgust, as if he's oblivious to what happened. Oh, I'm sure.
What does that mean?
You don't seem to have much of an appetite for hunting yourself.
My job is simply to lead you to the game and let you do the killing.
Huh. Don't tell me you actually have sympathy for the animals.
At times I prefer them to people.
So you don't approve of people like us then?
I don't approve of anybody who tears apart the country for greed. Huh?
That's him remorsefully looking at the necklace.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
We actually say that to people who are like paying him.
Yeah. Seems a bit over. I want him to maybe do something. Fold. whatever, you know. Like, tell Quayle about what you thought, you know, or like there's actually an argument. Bunch of tourists into the savannah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, in like League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, Alan Quarterman is one of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Oh, really?
So he's like actually a superhero in some fiction worlds.
Oh, that's funny.
Or he's like this just like uber hunter, like the god tier hunter.
I think that's also Jumanji, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know if that's supposed to be Alan Quartermain, the guy.
Well, he is like the hunter. That's what they call him, yeah.
He's probably movie mimicked off.
Yeah.
You know.
He doesn't care about killing things, though, so.
Yeah.
Hunting man.
Durban Day. Military outpost that's developed into a town. British colonists, Dutch, everyone. Roy Evans, 40. District Commissioner of Durban. Walks past a team. So the roughest looking, toughest looking, hunters, miners, toughest guys. Roy notices Alan sitting alone at the table and back with a beer. He hasn't touched. He steps over.
Is that me?
Sure.
Hello, Alan. Thought you would be here.
Roy, have a seat. Sits the sling keeper.
Bad hunting trip, I hear.
At least I was paid.
Oh, sorry to hear about Quayle. He was a good guide.
What voice is that?
I don't know. It started off one way and then I kind of took it another direction.
I like it. Quayle.
Quayle.
Oh, man.
He puts up with a lot.
That was a good one. She's channeling Tatum in her inner Roy. Yeah.
Channing Tatum?
No, she's channeling her inner Roy. It's true. Yeah. Quayle.
Oh, sorry to hear about Quayle. He was a good guide.
Beautiful.
I think it's my inner Forrest Gump.
Yeah, it's your inner Forrest Gump or something. Yeah. Your inner Channing Tatum. One of the finest. Worked for me for 6 years. Bad luck is all. I'll miss him. Tomorrow morning I'll have to speak to his wife.
Want to lead another party? I received an inquiry today from 2 people from England who are highly interested in your services.
I've had enough. I mean, I would just cut that. I've had enough. Dialogue needs a little trimming. It's pretty long. Just needs a trim. Just do a pass on the dialogue. It just seems overall a little lengthy. Also, novel dialogue is different from screenplay dialogue. You can be a lot more verbose in a novel and get away with it. So, like, if you're starting to bring lines, you know, or, like, take stuff, which I don't think you are. It seems pretty modern language here. But, like, at least a lower register, like an English register of language. Or, sorry, modern English. But, yeah. Something to be aware of.
Cool.
I decided to go back to London and see my son.
I almost forgot about Harry being in English school. What's it called? Hogwarts? And all that. How old is the lad now?
Almost 7. Maybe it was wrong of me to send him off when Mary died, but this was no place to raise a child on my own.
I understand you wanted to see him. How long will you be gone for?
Actually, I'm going back to London for good.
Great hunter, Alan Quartermain, living in London. What will you become, a sheep herder?
So this is getting pretty expository.
Yeah.
2 guys sitting having drinks talking about what's the background of the story.
Yeah.
Beware. Beware.
Indeed.
Here lies
some long dialogue too.
Here lies the land of boredom.
What time do I have to come tomorrow, then?
Maybe around like 11. Get to my house. Maybe around to noon.
Noon I can do.
You have to be there at noon.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 11:30. 11:30. Leave at 10:30. It's gonna be okay. Yeah, we'll get you to bed, and I'll leave in the next 30. Let you get some sleep. Okay. You can drive down. Nah. On bed advantages. On bed. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. We're going to a birthday party for a little child tomorrow, so living life. Honey boo boo child. And you can also probably show up a little bit late. I don't think it matters. You can come at noon, huh? Be at my house at noon.
I'll aim for 11:30.
All right. The Great Hunter. Okay, living in London. Become a sheep herder. What?
Sheep herder.
Why? But in London?
Oh yeah, that's kind of weird.
Why would there be a sheep herder in London?
Oh,
I'm going to a birthday party for a little child.
How old? This one's going to be 1.
I'm going to laugh if you're actually going to the same party.
Yeah.
But we just just pass each other and don't even.
Well, he would probably recognize you.
No, he wouldn't. I wear disguises at parties. It's a masquerade.
I don't. You can recognize me. Deal with it.
Oh, she just totally undermined me. Did you guys see that? Oh, man. This is how it goes. Relationships. Boss is spy.
Deal with me.
I have my little, masquerade.
Yeah. Is this you with the mustache?
Yeah. They never recognize me. My disguise is perfect. Great success.
Oh, man.
2 nieces B-day party at their uncle's ranch. Nice. Long gone? I don't know. I've been in this for a lamb continent for too long. I know that much.
What the bloody hell has gone into you, Alan? England is no place for you. You built your entire career here in Cape Colony. Happy as a man can be is to be the best at something.
To be honest, I've never thought of myself as anything more of an ordinary man making a living.
Your reputation has spread to England, too. Those 2 from Inquiry knew who you were. Ever meet a man named Henry Curtis?
No, I don't think so. Curtis, yes. A rich fellow. What? I don't think so. Oh, Curtis, yes. A rich fellow. About a year ago, an Englishman. Exposition. Tried to convince me to take him north to the unexplored territory. He was spewing about some crazy idea about lost diamond mines up there. I wonder if we could have started with that.
Started with what?
Like this. Ever meet a man named Henry Curtis? Someone just, goes next to him at the bar. I mean, because we're on page 7.
Yeah. But then we wouldn't know who the heck the guy is.
I guess so.
And he's like a badass hunter.
We just found out he was a badass hunter in the first scene.
But not if you start with ever heard of a man named Harry.
Oh, not the entire story, but this scene. Sorry, that wasn't clear.
It might be, you would have to vamp it up and make it more exciting than, exposition.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I totally agree. I agree, Margin. I feel the same way. That's the one. I turned him down. He's one of the fellows who wants to go hunting. I wonder if Henry Curtis could actually have this conversation and be like, Alan, I want you to, or I guess not Henry Curtis, but whoever's trying to hire Roy. Why do they need this middleman? Why isn't the guy who's like, I have a plan. Come with me.
It's your soul. Yes, come along.
It's the thing she says. My feelings just cracked and crumbling in my hand. I don't have feelings. Why do we need the middleman? I've read the book, so I know Roy doesn't go with them, or I don't think so. Why do we need Roy the middleman? Why not? Just cut. Because the Alan Quartermain adventures had recurring characters. So these guys, I don't remember if Roy was one, but these guys like Roy matter there because that's it's like having Murphy. In Dresden Files, you're like, oh, she's not really highlighted in this book, but you kind of got to have one scene with Murphy. That's what they do in TV shows. Is they try to find at least something for every character to do, usually. And just to kind of remind you, oh yeah, they're good and they're having fun and whatever. So I feel like that's what H. Haggard was doing in his book. But yeah, Roy is page 1 rewrite. Roy is the main character. He is God. He's also a deity.
Yeah. He eats Alan Quartermain for breakfast.
A genus Loki.
Yeah.
He actually legitimately eats him.
Yeah.
I mean, the middle one, why not?
Low fat milk in a bowl with sprinkled sugar. Roy is Tom Bombadil.
Start vomiting.
Where's Goldberry? Frodo.
Oh, no. Frodo.
Does that make Alan Quartermain Gandalf?
Yeah. It pretty much is. Tone of Roy's voice becomes much more serious. Not exactly. Curtis has disappeared into the unexplored territory of his sister. She wants him to find a guide. A woman? On a safari? Into unexplored territory?
What?
You would totally die on a safari. Just kidding.
I'm just kidding.
I would kill a tiger. I'm just kidding.
I know.
It's just,
I would kill a tiger with my bare hands.
Because you're brave.
That's right.
You're tough. I would run away. I'd be like, have fun, Danielle. I'm going to go sleep.
And I would just swing my spear a couple times. And like, ah!
She'd be like the Lord Ruler.
Yeah.
That's what they call her, the Lord Ruler.
Lady Ruler.
The Lady Ruler.
The foxy Lady Ruler.
Anyways. Wait, a woman on a safari into unexplored territory? No, thank you. Besides,
is he Sean Connery now?
No, he has to. I'm shifting back to his normal, badass voice. Roy finishes his beer, stands up and tosses him. Start with Harry, Curtis, and the diamonds. Just have them all have the diamonds at the end. Yeah, money! Close.
And they just party.
Yeah.
I'll ignore the diamond hunt, go to the tourist place.
Wow,
this is going a whole new direction.
The woman murdered him.
Yeah. And Tom Bombadil shows up.
Fuck, man, it's deep, dog. That's deep. Some heavy stuff.
Yeah, that's gonna be a note from me, dog. Finds out before I down the same diamonds as Henry. Easy peasy.
He was trying. Yeah, easy. I'm gonna write this thing for you. I'm gonna write this thing for you. No problem.
Send me your outline.
Roy pats Al on the shoulder and walks out of the saloon.
Oh wait, did we finish?
And tell them if you really.
Oh yeah, sister. Oh yeah, I'll tell them if you really are serious about it.
Thank you. So okay, refusal to the call. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather have him refuse the person that is actually wants him to do the job. Is the hero's journey. Refusal to the call. Probably don't need that moment. Yeah. I can copy and paste it. It's on 10 pages.
Did you just now write 10 pages?
Do it.
Please, did you
do it?
Did you just now write 10 pages? Because that's gonna be
really
impressive. He's like, no, I got this. 10 pages.
He just blacks out.
Yeah.
What's happening? The large crawler, circular arrangement of tribal huts. Yes. Ellen.
Cornelia's wife.
Cornelia was a good friend. Because of him that I survived. You died a brave man. I'm sorry. Ellen pushes her hand down at the baby. No, for him. What? Why is he correcting her about that?
Because he wants her to give it to the baby.
Yeah, but why?
I don't know. Shouldn't it be up to her?
Yeah, it's why is that ever his business?
Because he's freaking Alan Quartermain.
Listen, I'm a professional in handling deaths.
You're a dumb woman. Let me handle this.
Let me handle this, ma'am. I mean, well, just kidding.
He likes to see how he's like the cat. He likes to push his limits a little bit.
Yeah, that cat pushes her limits.
Then
wow.
I have to grab him by the scruff of his neck.
Yeah, that's how Fox punishes me. She just grabs me by the scruff of the neck and drags me. But I make too many smart ass jokes. I'm too much of a smart aleck.
AKA every day.
Commissioner's office. Okay, things are happening. Military man.
Wait, what was about that?
Just random crap.
Cool.
Alan, this is Captain John Good of the Royal Navy. Oh, that's Roy. That's you.
Oh yeah. Alan, this is Captain John Good, Royal Navy. Served under Admiral Halsey in Jamaica. I told him it was useless. He insisted on meeting you. Captain Good, Alan Quartermain.
I love that voice. Cracks me up. I don't know why. Captain Good, Alan Quartermain.
Captain Good, Alan Quartermain.
Captain Good rising his Alan from handshake. Hello, how you do, Captain?
Okay.
You should be John. Should I be John, or do you want to be John?
I'm trying to think about all this too normal. Forgive me for my persistence, but I refuse to give up. I've sailed here all the way from England, and at the very least I hoped you could provide information about Henry.
I see. I thought you said it was his sister.
Yes, Catherine. I'm her fiancé.
John, sit down.
1 year ago, Henry left England. His last letter was addressed from Durban. He said he was headed north, but we never heard from him again. We want to find him. We're hoping you could tell us about his whereabouts.
Kill Roy, not Alan. Roy should be dead. Alan should be dead. Alan should be talking to John about Roy explaining he's dead. John should be pissed, and there's conflict. There should be the same exposition. Kill Roy, not Alan. Roy should be dead. I mean, Roy must die. I believe it. Roy must die, really, though.
Yeah.
Roy, you've had it.
Cool accent. And he says Quanele.
Quanele. Yeah, I would say this is. We need to get to the story. Need to have some conflict in town. I know this is a setup, but it needs to be an interesting setup. It's, still moving too slow. Hold first 10. Roy should murder Corneille.
Let me write it for you. Here we go.
Roy murders Corneille, and then Corneille turns out to be an evil alien from North Korea.
And then Tom Bombadil shows up.
Whoa. Whoa. Damn.
Okay. Afraid I can't tell you anything other than that he requested I be his guide.
He was tracking down an odd legend about diamonds, stories popping up Africa. Response to his request, finally declined. Curtis proposal was too risky for me. I advised him against it. John. Cape Colony. Exposition. I could have shown you this, but I'm going to tell you through dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really don't think dialogue is a place you want to do all this.
Yeah.
Or it should be at least interrogatory dialogue where they're like, he's like, I don't talk about other clients. And they're like, why? Like, have an obstacle. An obstacle is so important. You need to be like, no, I can't tell you. And they'll be like, well, what if we pay you? And he's like, money doesn't matter. And then they're like, oh, my clients are secret, even to their own family. And then, that's a bad example. But like, if Roy was just dead, problem solved.
All this dialogue could be arguing.
Yeah, all this dialogue could be arguing, yeah.
But he needed to introduce them. Obviously, it was a very important line.
Yeah, but we do need. I agree that we do need insult, conflict, someone wanting to do something. Like, I would just cut all this crap out, have a woman come up to him, and then show the chauvinism of that age, and have her be like, "I would like you to take me on a quest," and he's like, "No, you're a chick. See you later." And she's like, "No, screw you, you chauvinist pig." And then he's like, "No, whatever." And he's like, "My cousin." And then she shows him some symbol, and he's like, "Wait. You mean Henry?" And she's like, "Yes, he's dead." And then he's like, "Nah, I promise to never talk about that." And then, you can go
Yep, there's a lot of different ways you can do it.
Yeah, but that's a very extreme example.
Just being like, because I feel like they talked about it in the last scene, the diamonds. Now they're talking about it again, talking about why they're not going to go.
Too much talking.
Yeah.
Page 11. Too much talking. So I'm going to call it.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to vote for, honestly. Let's talk about the good. Yeah. Good. Solid writing overall. Great flow. I mean, both things were well written.
Yeah.
Of prose, of language. Great intro scene. Some action is overwritten.
Imagine. Read 3 pages of Nada. Read 2 pages of Nada.
What's Nada?
Oh, that other screenplay. The one
All
about
right.
the ocean.
All right, Majin. What time is it? 12:24? Actually, no. I don't think we can. It's too late.
2 pages we can do.
2 pages? Ooh, you sold the fox.
I'm gonna have to kick you right out because Mama needs her sleep.
It's true. You sold the manager. Well done. Gotta get to the decision maker. You gotta get to the decision maker.
Not easily done.
That's what they say in sales. You gotta find the decision maker. The decision maker, right here, guys.
I wear the pants.
You saw it first. You saw it first here on Final Boss. A man without any dignity left.
Go straight to the fox.
Yeah. Listen, Fox. Can we do another screenplay?
I'll allow it.
Okay, thanks. Perfect. Oh. True cat dog. I'm just a husk of what I once was. Thanks for the follow, Crystal Cherry. Crystal Cherry. Yeah, that's what it kind of reminds me of too.
Yeah.
I thought the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
I mean, because it has the same cadence. Crystal Cherry, Crystal Cherry, Crystal Cherry.
That was from
Mary Poppins.
Yeah, man, it was a long time. I watched it in ages. Should rewatch it.
That's a good movie.
It's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe read the screenplay.
Yeah.
Your follow is so chill and polite.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Man with no dignity, forced to read by domineering fox. Headline tomorrow. You have dignity, baby.
My follow spams my sound for 15 seconds with fan 4.
We noticed.
I like your what is the one? The hosting one.
I think that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I remember the hosting one was had vociferous fanfare. Mm-hmm. All right, okay. Let's do the second improve because I want to at least get 2 minutes. Action is overwritten, cut down on dialogue for exposition. You need to not have talking heads. Ensure something is happening or moving in the scene. This will allow subtext.
Kilroy.
I'm going to put that in here. Kilroy. Kilroy. Alright.
Okay, let's do a quick nada. Okay, exterior cargo port day.
We're not going to do notes on this. We're just going to read through it.
Yeah.
Busy container terminal, docks and stuff, moving cranes, enormous containers.
Okay. Man and woman move stealthily.
It's a lot to get to. You probably need one night. Like, you just need, you don't need all this garbage. No garbage. Sorry. I apologize. Did not say that. But this is, I would say, a little fluff. Fluff. Too many of this. I just need this. This is all I need. I just need cargo port and that. And that's, I get the picture. And then superimpose. And then that. And that's the first action. Quiet darkness.
Did the font just change?
Yeah. What? Cut 2. Quiet darkness. Close and find. Shipping container day. Imagine a narrow hallway with a row of 5 wooden boxes. Imagine a narrow hallway. What? Alright. Are you are you trolling me?
Imagine a narrow hallway? Yeah, I don't like all these dots. Closed and confined. An unspecified location. A sort of long storage room.
Steel doors open, lying blinding light. Imagine a narrow hallway. Oh, that's right.
Oh.
40-foot long, 8 steel confinement. Enters carrying a cheap-looking plastic suitcase when he swears a hard hat. 20s follows him, glancing around the interior, retired as lies. Her name is Nada. They speak in English and Spanish. Let's go, come on! She follows him all the way across the opposite end of the container. They have to pass by 5 large crates. They have to try and stay quiet during the first day, at least until you're out of the sea. They arrive at the end of the container, 2 tiger-free and Canadian dock worker. I left you some things inside just in case.
So is she trying to cross the border or something?
Yeah, so she's trying to get over the border and then falls off the boat. Make some breathing holes wherever you need them. But remember, don't cut a hatch until you know they've unloaded the container out of the ship. Don't step until you know it's safe. It's a little long, but whatever. How long will the trip take? You should be there before dawn. Did you bring a phone? Nokia. Nice. The immortal Nokias. I love it. Good. You know what to do when she's in the States. She takes a seat.
Why is the font changing?
Yeah, that's a bit obnoxious. She's pregnant.
Oh, because I think maybe the font is dark when she's in the box. I
don't know.
Like the daylight shining.
Could just be the weird render. That Nokia takes a beating, yeah.
What's particularly important?
The Nokia.
Oh. No.
Yeah, I think it's a glitch. Yeah, I think so too.
She makes herself as comfortable. Oh, yeah. Okay, if you wait a couple more, I could find some other people to travel with you. Not only to our house.
Yay, good show. That she, I'm like, oh, what makes her want to leave so urgently? It's really good. I like that. Makes me wonder, like she's just like, nope, I'm going.
Yeah.
And like, you don't have to say it. Good. Hands are a small object because you change your mind, something happens. It's a green whistle.
What? Why you want so fast?
Sorry, I'm just like scanning.
Cool. Yeah, it's not. I mean, obviously it's hard to have dialogue, but
yeah, I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
In a shipping container. It's not bad. I think because I read this one in more depth, I might still vote for King Solomon, but this isn't bad. I'm just gonna do a quick scan. Do you mind?
Yeah, go for it.
I want to see when she breaks and goes key up and down, switches to the ceiling. Okay, still in the boat. Makes breathing holes.
Who's your Wanda?
It's like a flashback, I think. Oh, it's her phone. You going to Florida? What? Okay. Yeah. I'm still going to say Alan Quartermain, King Solomon's Mines.
Cool. He wears the pants when it comes to the voting.
Notes. Script base. It's not bad. I just don't know. I can't see a concept. Well, I can see a concept, but I just.
It's just interesting. It's interesting.
It's just like stuff happening, and I don't know.
Yeah, her eating tuna and like survival almost.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that's the kit and caboodle. We got a few people on hanging out with us, which is awesome. So before we post this review, I will be sure to find someone to host. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and put this into Scriptshadow. Yeah, I think the book is a little too ambitious, but I think the writer, like H. Haggard, knows what he's doing, so I feel like that's helping a lot. Alrighty. Thanks, guys. I'm going to look at my following and my browse, see if there's any cool folks out there. I'm going to put this one to bed because Yanni McYonnerson over here, I think, is getting a little sleepy.
Yes. Finals week killed me.
But yeah, it's been a good week. We've hung out with a lot of folks this week.
Yeah.
Everyone's been on fleek. KD Bryson, creative. Sure, we'll holler at another creative folk.
Writing stream, perfect.
Creative minds. Whoa, that's loud. All right, we're gonna host them. What other public domain books do you think most warrant an adaptation? Haven't seen Dracula in a while.
But the vampire thing, kind of on its way out.
Yeah, I guess vampires have been pretty overdone. What are some other good books that I like in the public domain? That's the thing. A lot of like novels. Another Dracula? No, I mean a lot of like. It's tough because like a lot like the novel form has changed so much. Like a lot of like the 1800s novels were very much like there's some good old sci-fi. Like there's like The Secret of the Ninth Planet is a good sci-fi book. You know, there's some like classic sci-fi. Picture of Dorian Gray is great. I would love, but that's very drama. Like it's not going to be action. So I guess there's that downside of not having action. Jack London, I think, is in the public domain. Jack London's in the public domain. Frankenstein's been done a ton though, but that's been done so much. But like they always do like these like modern retellings of them.
Yeah.
Dorian Gray's and Penny Dreadful. Oh, I haven't seen that. What is some other? Yeah, so there's King Solomon's Mines. But I mean, because it's tough because the novel in like the 1800s was very fraught with modernism, right? So like you have all these like Miss Dalloways and Madame Bovary's and all. I guess Dalloway was
Similar
today.
One with the Count of Monte Cristo.
Count of Monte Cristo's good. Yeah. I just don't like the execution on Les Miserables, to be honest. I don't like how they've done them. Yeah, I mean, you can have it be in like Africa or something that's like fraught with war.
Yeah.
I mean, Frank L. Baum's coming around pretty soon because he's passed away quite some time ago. Also,
they already had like Wicked.
I would really like some of my favorite stories are like really well done fairy tales. Like George MacDonald wrote some fantastic fairy tales. So I would go like deeper into like I feel like popular stuff has already been overdone. I think if you want to find a really good story, you have to go deeper into the fiction archives.
Like Flannery O'Connor, you really like too.
Yeah, Flannery O'Connor's great. She's not public domain yet.
Oh,
she's a few years away. But the problem is that when you go deeper into the fiction that not everybody has read, you don't have as much of a built-in audience. So then your adaptation of it matters 100 times more. Because then you really have to make it stand alone to a modern audience, right? Because some of those other books are famous because they really spoke to like the 1800s audience, which is why they're like, I mean, that's honestly why King Solomon's is still around, because it really resonated with the 1800s audience.
It's true.
If we published it today, would it do as well? No. So then there has to be some reinvention that goes on. And especially if it's a book that's not heavily popular, like, not very popular. Ivanhoe is a great book. Like, there's a lot of these books, but nobody reads them because they were written in the 1800s and everybody thought that was boring now. Like Ivanhoe, Sir Walter Scott's stuff is like, but like anything that's popular, like Rudyard Kipling, Jungle Book, already been done 100 times. Like, the good ones have been redone and redone and redone.
Or like at least really similar ideas.
Yeah.
Lord of the Flies.
There was a Count of Monte Cristo spec sale. Yeah.
Looks like the one we were going to host one offline.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Rip. Good call. I'm going to do I'm going to do Ottwald. This is German guy. Actually, I might do. Let's see. Ooh, he's playing something.
That's cool.
Na komm, jetzt ist dein Buff vorbei. Kriegst gleich eine Kopfnuss zum Machen.
Das ist gut, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I will browse a little bit and find somebody who's very nice.
Very exciting.
We'll click on the creative
That's
drop down.
very exciting for us.
Das ist gut. We've got 6 painters, 47 musics.
Oh, there's a lot of music.
The game development is quite popular as well, yeah. Ned Headlander. I would really investigate. I think one thing that has some opportunity is that the different fairy stories are very popular. So you have these things like you have George MacDonald and also the very old fairy stories that not as commonly known. If you go and look through these, you may actually find some good story that you can transform and make your own if you like this.
You flew the board.
Yes, do you like that? I hope that's helpful to you.
2 live writers.
100 Years of Solitude is very different. 100 Years of Solitude, that's the thing. Like, that's such a hard book. Like, there are certain books that have to be novels. It's also not in the public domain. You'd have to talk to Gabriel because he's still alive. So he still owns the rights. You'd have to go get those from him, which is a prospect I don't want to tackle.
Good luck.
But, yeah, I mean, I feel like it's tough. Like, I would go really deep into the public domain. Like, look at LibriVox.
Yeah.
Treasure Island hasn't been done in a while.
Yeah.
Kidnapped is another Robert Louis Stevenson one.
Yeah.
I mean, Robinson Crusoe hasn't been done. But those are also really hard to execute.
Yeah.
And the reason those books were successful was because they were in the novel form. So, like, Robinson Crusoe was very heavily interiority, right? Like, it's such an interior book. Like, it's talking, and that's the difference between novels and prose, is novels are still going to stay popular forever because they give you such intimate access with the character that you can't get anywhere else.
Yeah.
And that's why people still read them, because in shows you still only see the surface. But in novels you can actually be in the mind, and that's like what makes those so powerful. I think that's what makes Robinson Crusoe so hard to adapt. Swiss Family Robinson's great, but then how do you top the original Swiss Family Robinson? That's impossible.
That's true.
Like, that was one of my favorite books as a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've read it, actually.
Oh, read it. It is so good.
Yeah?
It is so good.
Really?
It's such a great read. My mother, bless her soul, was an addict of like British literature of like the mid 1800s, and like I am so thankful for that background. They had some of the best stuff. But yeah.
I read some like late 1800s British stuff.
Yeah, Swiss Family Robinson is freaking amazing. So yeah.
I was more about that AGG life.
I bet if someone remade Swiss Family Robinson, but then it's property of Disney now because they made the movie.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not the original works. You'd have to readapt it, but I bet that would be a pretty sick movie. I would watch an adaptation of Swiss Family freaking Robinson. I would show my ass up to a theater for Swiss Family freaking Robinson.
Sure would. You'd like
I would be
cosplay.
there. Yeah, I would cosplay. I'd be Franz, I'd be ready to go with my little Swedish cap and shit. I'd be all about that. You got to read the book. That's a damn girl, strong as a rock. Yeah. Yeah. With Somalians. Well, to each their own.
Somalian Family Robinson.
Somalian Family Robinson, yeah. But yeah, I would watch Swiss Family Robinson. It's just like the joy of watching people having ingenuity. Like, I think that's like the engine of that plot. Like, you have to kind of know what the engine is, and it's like seeing these people come together and create is like something fun. Like, I think that's why it's good to read a lot of old books, because I feel like because everything is so popular, modern fiction becomes very homogenized, where like you are so influenced by what's on TV that you start repeating it in your own writing. Mm-hmm. So the fact that like people were writing in more of these little clumps in the past makes a lot more of their fiction more unique, and they use different plot engines, and they use different things that drive us into the story.
You could also do Little House on the Prairie. It's been a while.
Little House on the Prairie.
There's some good material in there.
Yeah, that Attack the Island.
Somalians.
Look at me, yeah.
I'm the captain now.
I'm the captain now. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we're signing off. Care about you guys. Take care. Keep writing.
It's been real. I'm the family now.
I'm the family now. Look at me.
You are.
All right, guys. We're going to host this kind writer over here, and we'll see you soon. Later.